the crooked anchor and the man who couldn't cross. It was another gloriously uneventful day at the Crooked Anchor, and David was spending it reorganizing the crisps by emotional impact. Salt and vinegar had moved to the bottom shelf, too sharp, too confrontational. In the kitchen, Clifford was clattering about like a man cooking for 1,000 guests instead of none. He stormed out into the main pub, brandishing a colander like a holy relic. "I need another pair of hands," he declared. "I can't be expected to butterfly eels, reinvent pudding, and saute feelings all at once." David looked up. "Clifford, we haven't had a customer since the woman who thought we were a tea room and left when she saw Pete." "Exactly," Clifford snapped. "We must prepare for the potential of demand." Brian, face half buried in his newspaper, which today was only missing page 7 and the entirety of the classifieds, didn't look up. "Just get one of those cardboard cutout people. Worked for the fireplace." But Clifford was already mid-rant. "No, I've put out a call. A man named Warren is coming in for an interview today. Culinary experience, apparently worked at a motorway cafe. Big future, possibly owns tongues." David squinted toward the window. Someone's across the road. Pete stirred for the first time that hour and tapped gently on the glass with one finger. They all looked out. Sure enough, a lanky figure stood on the opposite pavement, looking slightly lost and clutching a folded apron. It was Warren. He took a step off the curb. Whoosh! A car sped past. He stepped back. 5 minutes later, he tried again. Whoosh! Another car. This happened repeatedly. Every time Warren moved, so did the traffic, an endless, inexplicable stream of hatchbacks and tractors that hadn't been seen on that road in months. It was as if the universe itself was testing his resolve. An hour passed, then 2, then 5 more. At some point, David brought over a stool and placed it by the window. Pete sat beside it silently, sipping his pint, eyes locked on the standoff like he was watching a particularly slow-moving western. Clifford came out at one point with snacks. "Still not crossed?" "Nope," David said. "He's got good posture," Pete offered, as if that counted for something. And then, just after the sun began to sink and the cows across the field started to look like they were judging the whole affair, Warren stepped out and nothing came. No cars, no tractors, not even a rogue cyclist. He crossed the road. The door to the Crooked Anchor swung open and in walked Warren, looking windswept, bewildered and aged by about 10 years. "Sorry I'm late," he said, dusting off his coat. "I had to walk 50 miles to get here." David blinked. "You were across the road." Warren blinked back. "Were you watching me?" Brian folded his newspaper. "We've had nothing else to do." Clifford strode forward, his apron freshly floured. "Magnificent, you've passed the test." "What test?" Clifford placed a firm hand on Warren's shoulder. "Persistence, courage, the willingness to suffer greatly for no reward, essential qualities in this kitchen." Warren opened his mouth to respond, but Clifford was already dragging him into the back. David returned to the bar, muttering, "We really need to invest in a zebra crossing, or a helicopter." Pete looked back out the window. The road was silent again, not a single vehicle in sight. "Reckon it's cursed," he murmured. Brian wrote something down on his napkin in bold capital letters. "Man trapped in eternal crosswalk loop, freed by cosmic mercy." And with that, the pub returned to its usual quiet. Another day at the Crooked Anchor, where time warps, roads misbehave, and the new sous chef's already traumatized before touching a ladle.